The Girl Who Made Me Believe in Love Again. A teen love drama. I never thought a single text could shatter me, but when Ava told me she'd found someone else, it felt like the world stopped. I spent weeks avoiding everyone, skipping basketball practice, and pretending I didn't care. The truth was, I didn't believe in love anymore, not after the way she left without even saying goodbye in person. Then came the transfer. A quiet girl with curious eyes who sat next to me in English class. Her name was Leah, and for some reason, every time she smiled, it felt like a tiny crack formed in the wall I'd built around my heart. Leah wasn't like anyone else. She didn't try to fit in or act cool. She just existed in her own peaceful world. Everyone said she'd moved from another city because of family stuff, but no one really knew what that meant. One afternoon, when she stayed behind after class to return a forgotten book, we started talking. It wasn't much, just a few words about poetry, but something about the way she spoke made me feel seen. For the first time in months, I caught myself smiling without forcing it. We started walking home together. Just coincidence at first, since we lived in the same direction. But soon, those walks became the best part of my day. We'd stop at the old cafe near the school gate, where she always ordered hot chocolate with extra cream. One rainy evening, she told me she didn't trust people easily. "They always leave," she whispered. I wanted to tell her I understood because people had left me too. But I just nodded, watching the raindrops race down the window. Leah had a way of turning silence into comfort. We didn't need to talk much. Just being around her felt like breathing fresh air after being trapped for too long. She made me laugh again. The kind of laugh that comes from somewhere deep. When she surprised me with tickets to the school game I'd been too afraid to join, I realized she believed in me when I didn't even believe in myself. Just when things were starting to feel normal again, Ava came back. She transferred to our school, claiming she wanted to make things right. Sight of her sent me spiraling, back into the heartbreak I thought I'd buried. Leah noticed. She didn't say anything, but the distance in her eyes told me she was pulling away, not because she didn't care, but because she didn't want to get caught in my mess. And that scared me more than losing Ava ever did. For days, Leah avoided me. She stopped walking home with me, skipped the cafe, and pretended she didn't see me in class. I wanted to explain, but I didn't even know what to say. Then one morning, I found a small note in my locker. It said, "When you figure out what you want, I'll still be here, maybe." It wasn't signed, but I knew it was hers. My chest ached. This time, I couldn't lose someone who actually mattered. I waited for her after school, under the same tree where we used to sit. When she finally showed up, I told her everything. How I'd been afraid to love again, how seeing Ava had messed with my head, and how she'd changed everything. Leah didn't say a word at first. She just looked at me with tears in her eyes and whispered, "Then stop running from what's real." That's when I realized, love doesn't always arrive when you're ready. Sometimes it finds you broken. After that day, things slowly began to heal. We didn't rush anything. We just learned to exist together, quietly, like two pieces of a puzzle that finally fit. Leah taught me to trust again. Every laugh, every late night call, every shared secret felt like proof that maybe love wasn't the enemy. Maybe it was the medicine I'd been refusing. Just when everything felt right, a rumor spread around school that Leah had been dating someone in her old town and left him without a word. I didn't want to believe it, but doubt crept in like poison. When I asked her about it, her silence felt like confirmation. My chest tightened. Was I just another mistake she was trying to fix? 2 days later, she showed up at my door, drenched from the rain. "It's not true," she said. "I left because he hurt me, not because I didn't care." Her voice shook, and I saw the fear behind her eyes. I pulled her into my arms, realizing how wrong I'd been to doubt her. Love isn't about being perfect. It's about choosing to believe. even when the world tells you not to. Leah hated crowds, but she showed up at the dance anyway, wearing a simple blue dress and that shy smile that made my heart skip. As we danced, I realized it wasn't about the music or the people watching. It was about us. Two broken hearts learning how to beat again. Together, life wasn't suddenly perfect. We argued, misunderstood each other, and sometimes went days without talking. But even in the quiet moments, I knew she was worth fighting for. One night, she told me, "If love doesn't scare you, it's not real." I didn't fully get it then, but I would soon. Everything changed one afternoon. There was a car accident near the bridge. Leah had been in it. The call came while I was at basketball practice, and my world stopped again, just like it had months ago. I raced to the hospital, praying harder than I ever had. Seeing her lying there, bruised but breathing, made me realize how much she'd become part of me. Days passed before she woke up. When she finally did, her first words were, "You're still here." And I laughed through my tears. I told her I wasn't going anywhere, that I believed in love again, because she taught me that love isn't about never getting hurt, that finding someone worth the scars. Again, months later, as we sat watching the sunset from the same hill where we first talked, Leah leaned her head on my shoulder. "Do you still think love is overrated?" She teased. I smiled. "Not anymore. Because sometimes it takes losing faith to find something real." And she, the girl who made me laugh again, trust again, love again, was proof that broken hearts can still beat beautifully. If this story touched your heart, don't just scroll away, hit subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you never miss another emotional love story. Every Sunday we share stories that remind you that love still exists even in the most unexpected places.